Maybe you have listened to stories from friends, parents, and other sources about nature. How nature did this, how it created that, and you imagined fantastic things in your mind. But here, we bring a list of some real people who are not just record breakers, they are also known as nature breakers. Their rare abilities and unique personalities will leave you totally stunned. So make sure to stay with us till the end, and then tell us which ones you knew about before this video and which ones you like the most. Let's start our topic with number 15. Devon Aoki. Angular cheekbones, subtly almond-shaped hazel eyes, and a finely sculpted jawline define the facial structure of Devon Aoki. Her features combine to form a balanced, striking visage that contrasts with conventional runway proportions, with slightly elongated facial planes and delicate symmetry. The skin displays subtle freckling, while the nose and lips maintain proportional harmony with the overall facial shape. At one point, 6'5" meters in height, the ratio of her facial dimensions to body size contributes to a distinctive appearance recognized in modeling circles. Lightly sun-kissed skin and naturally shaped lips provide texture and tone that emphasize the contours of the face without cosmetic alteration. These traits, from eye shape to bone structure, arise from genetic inheritance and natural developmental patterns, reflecting a combination of subtle asymmetry, soft angles, and well-proportioned features that exist without external modification or enhancement. Number 14. Ekaterina Lysina. Recognized as the tallest professional female model, Lysina possesses legs measuring approximately 132 centimeters each, creating dramatically elongated lower limb proportions relative to her torso. Her skeletal structure shows proportional hip width and pelvis alignment, supporting this extreme leg length naturally. Foot size corresponds to limb length, maintaining biomechanical balance, while torso and upper body dimensions remain within standard anthropometric norms. Facial structure, neck length, and shoulder width are typical, producing contrast with her exceptionally long legs. Every measured dimension, from limb ratio to spinal support, results from natural genetic growth patterns, with no surgical or artificial alteration. Lysina's combination of height and proportion illustrates how human development can produce extraordinary, naturally occurring variations in skeletal morphology. Number 13. Claudio Vieira de Oliveira. Diagnosed at birth with arthrogryposis multiplex congenita, Claudio entered the world with limbs severely deformed, arms drawn close to his chest, legs underdeveloped, and his head turned in an inverted position. Medics predicted survival beyond a few hours would be unlikely, yet every anatomical detail, from muscle atrophy to joint fusion, is the result of this congenital syndrome. Despite the odds, Claudio learned early to maneuver life from a wheelchair. His skeletal and muscular anomalies, including twist-shaped limbs and a spine adapted to his head's unusual position, define his natural human variation. He pursued formal education and works as an accountant. His body remains entirely unaltered from its genetic condition, presenting a genuine example of nature producing something far outside typical anatomical norms. Number 12. Sharbat Gula. The eyes associated with her name are not makeup, not digital effects, but real natural pigmentation that distinguishes her face. Her light green eyes stand out sharply against her darker features, creating a contrast rare in her region. Her facial bone structure, high cheekbones, slim nose, defined jawline, and the symmetry of her face combine to make her portrait instantly iconic. Skin tone, eye color, brow shape, and facial proportions all come from her genetics and environment. There is no evidence of cosmetic alteration. What makes her striking isn't just a single feature, but the harmonious blend of natural traits, eye color, contrast, bone structure, and expression, that together produce a face memorable for its beauty and authenticity. Number 11. Miguel Indurain. Exceptional lung capacity defines Miguel Indurain's physical advantage in endurance cycling. Testing revealed lungs capable of holding approximately 7.8 liters of air, compared with the average adult male lung capacity of roughly 6 liters. His cardiovascular system complements this. A resting heart rate measured at 28 beats per minute indicates a naturally efficient cardiac rhythm capable of supporting extended exertion. Muscle fiber composition in his legs shows a predominance of slow-twitch fibers, optimized for endurance rather than explosive speed, while hemoglobin levels support elevated oxygen transport to tissues. These anatomical and physiological traits combine to permit sustained cycling performance over long distances. Observations of his body dimensions show leg length, torso proportions, and lung volume are fully natural and consistent with his genetic profile, with no enhancements or artificial modifications. Number 10. Connie Chiu. Albinism causes a complete lack of pigmentation in skin, hair, and sometimes eyes, resulting in Connie Chiu's pale complexion and naturally white hair. The condition affects melanin production, which makes her skin extremely light, her hair naturally colorless, and her eyes often sensitive to light. Growing up in an environment with high sun exposure led to protective measures that shaped her appearance further, such as frequent shading, but none altered her natural facial features. The symmetry of her facial structure, combined with very light skin and hair tones, produces a visual contrast that is rare and scientifically explained by genetics. Her eyes, sometimes appearing red or very light due to reduced pigmentation, and the delicate contours of her face exemplify natural variation in human phenotypes. Every feature, skin tone, hair, and eye coloration, is the result of biological inheritance, demonstrating how albinism manifests in a complete set of naturally occurring traits. Prepare to be stunned by the next individual's unique traits. Number 9. Junri Ballawing. Standing approximately 23 inches tall, Junri Ballawing's extremely short stature is a result of primordial dwarfism. Examination of skeletal structure reveals compression of limb length, smaller vertebrae, and proportional torso dimensions that distinguish him from typical adult anatomy. Joint and bone formation are complete, yet overall size remains minimal. Head-to-body ratios correspond to tiny but fully formed human features. Measurements of limb diameter, joint articulation, and spinal length demonstrate a compact, functional musculoskeletal system adapted to small stature. No prosthetics or enhancements influence these characteristics. All measurements reflect naturally occurring biological development. His small hands and feet, as well as reduced skull size, correspond proportionally to his total height, producing a physically coherent but extremely unusual human form. Junri's height and skeletal proportions provide a clear example of the outer limits of human growth variation, entirely determined by genetics and natural development. Number 8. Peter Criss. Peter George. John Criscola rose to fame as the original drummer and singer for the rock band Kiss. His physical appearance doesn't carry anything extreme, but what counts here is how naturally his facial features, slightly rugged jawline, heavy brows, and broad nose, combine with a distinctive personality and stage presence that carved out a recognizable look. These facial traits, inherited through genetics, align well with his Catman rock persona and complement the dramatic makeup that made him famous. His natural features allowed a seamless transformation into that persona. The physical foundation, bone structure, facial proportions, relatively ordinary body build, is unaltered and entirely natural, yet thanks to context and styling, it becomes part of a striking public image. Number 7. Kostya Kimlat. Cognitive wiring and brain architecture define the features of Kostya Kimlat more than anything visible: his memory, perception, and rapid mental processing. Educational background and migration history trace a path from childhood in Kiev to life in the United States. From a young age, he developed intense practice in sleight-of-hand magic and mentalism, honing unusual cognitive patterns. quick pattern recognition, exceptional memory, and flexibility in thought. Those traits, rooted in his neurobiology and life experiences, became the core of his skill set. His facial appearance and physical build remain ordinary and unremarkable, which underscores the point that his unbelievable features are internal. Mental agility and perceptive acuity that most people would regard as rare even in trained minds. Number 6. Michael Berryman. The absence of hair, sweat glands, teeth, and fingernails is the result of hypohidrotic ectodermal dysplasia, a rare genetic condition affecting Michael Berryman. This condition gives him a smooth, hairless scalp and sharply defined craniofacial contours, producing an unusually stark and recognizable facial structure. The lack of eyebrows and fingernails accentuates the natural sculpting of his features, while the cone-shaped skull and smooth skin create a visually striking appearance without any artificial enhancement. Working initially in other professions, he was later noticed by casting directors drawn to these completely natural traits. Each physical aspect, from his head shape to the absence of typical body features, is purely biological and contributes to the distinctive, immediately recognizable look seen in his acting roles. His appearance demonstrates the significant variations in human anatomy that can occur from congenital conditions, producing characteristics that are unique and entirely natural in formation. Next up, a natural feature that truly stands out in the human world. Number 5. Patrick Hughes. Exceptional lung capacity defines Patrick Hughes's physiology, allowing sustained breath-holding and extended endurance. Lung volume exceeds typical adult male averages, supporting high oxygen intake during prolonged activity. His cardiovascular system operates efficiently, with a heart and vascular network capable of maximizing oxygen delivery to muscles. Muscle fiber composition favors endurance, particularly slow-twitch fibers in the legs and diaphragm, enabling prolonged exertion. Skeletal and thoracic structure accommodates increased lung expansion, while ribcage flexibility supports sustained ventilation. These anatomical and physiological traits occur naturally, without surgical or mechanical intervention. Measurements of tidal volume, respiratory rate, and oxygen saturation during activity confirm that his capabilities are intrinsic. Patrick's unique combination of cardiovascular efficiency, lung volume, and muscular composition represents an extreme but naturally occurring human variation in respiratory and endurance function. Number 4. Madge Gill. Madge Gill exhibited neurological and physical traits associated with heightened fine motor control and coordination. Her hand structure, finger length, and joint flexibility supported precise, rapid movements, allowing her to produce detailed, intricate artwork over extended periods. The size and shape of her hands, combined with a natural steadiness and dexterity, facilitated continuous drawing without noticeable fatigue. Facial and skeletal structure remained typical, while neuromuscular wiring contributed to fine control, reflecting natural variations in motor cortex development and tendon muscle coordination. Observed patterns in grip, pressure application, and wrist rotation reveal a physiology optimized for repetitive, detailed motion. Her abilities demonstrate how subtle natural differences in skeletal and muscular anatomy can create measurable advantages in dexterity and artistic output. The next person has a feature that will leave you amazed. Number 3. Randy Gardner. Randy Gardner's physiology demonstrated extraordinary resistance to sleep deprivation. Observed cognitive and neurological function revealed that his brain maintained basic operational capacity despite prolonged wakefulness. Variations in metabolism, neurotransmitter balance, and autonomic nervous system regulation likely contributed to sustaining alertness far beyond typical limits. Vital signs, including heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature, remained within normal ranges despite extreme sleep loss. Muscle tone and skeletal integrity showed no degradation during this period, indicating a natural resilience in both central and peripheral systems. Neurological assessments suggest intrinsic differences in sleep regulation pathways, providing a naturally higher tolerance for wakefulness. All physical and neurological characteristics observed during this time were innate, with no external interventions influencing his ability to maintain function over extended periods. Number 2. Svetlana Pankratova. The most immediately noticeable natural feature of Svetlana Pankratova is the extreme length of her legs, measuring 132 centimeters each, which creates a dramatic visual proportion relative to her torso. Despite elongated limbs, upper body features, including shoulder width, arm length, and facial structure, remain within standard human ranges. Neck length, jawline, and facial symmetry align with typical anthropometric norms, but appear accentuated in the context of extraordinary lower limb proportions. Hip structure and pelvic width correspond proportionally to the leg length, maintaining natural biomechanical alignment. Skin tone, texture, and facial musculature reflect ordinary human variation. Foot size is proportionate to leg length, supporting balance and mobility. Every measured anatomical parameter, from limb length to torso proportion, arises through genetic and developmental processes without modification, producing a silhouette and overall appearance that is exceptional in human physical diversity. Number 1. Moses McCormick. Auditory and linguistic faculties define the notable human features of Moses McCormick. Neurologically, the brain regions responsible for sound perception and speech articulation exhibit heightened capacity for rapid phonetic decoding. This allows recognition and reproduction of tones, pitches, and accents after brief exposure, a rare cognitive skill that relies on efficient auditory nerve pathways and working memory. Oral cavity structure, including tongue length, jaw flexibility, and lip control, supports precise articulation in multiple languages. Hearing acuity is above average, with frequency discrimination capable of distinguishing subtle tonal variations. Craniofacial anatomy, while unremarkable in appearance, accommodates speech and vocal modulation in a way that complements neural processing efficiency. His natural abilities, pitch recognition, phonetic mimicry, and vocal control, are entirely intrinsic, dependent on inherited neurophysiological traits and developmental plasticity, producing remarkable performance without physical or technological enhancement. If you found these stories fascinating, take a moment to like this video and leave a comment sharing which person amazed you the most. Share this with friends. Don't miss future explorations into unique abilities and appearances. Subscribe now to stay updated with content that challenges expectations. Your engagement and interest are deeply appreciated. Thank you for being part of this experience.